Devaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Indra Uvacha. Vishuddha Sattvam Tavadama Shantam. Tapomayam Dvasta Rajastamaskam. Maya Mayoyam Guna Sampravaho. Na vidyate te grahananubandha. Translation. King Indra said, your transcendental form, a manifestation of pure goodness, is understood by change, shining with knowledge and devoid of passion and ignorance. In your does not exist the mighty flow of the modes of material nature, which is based on illusion and ignorance. Purport. The great Bhagavatam commentator Srila Swami has masterfully explained the Sanskrit element of this profound verse. The Sanskrit word Dhamma has several meanings: dwelling place, house, abode, and so on. A favorite thing or a person, delight or pleasure, form or appearance, power, strength, majesty, glory, splendor, or light. Concerning the first set of meanings, the Vedanta Sutra states that the Absolute Truth is the source and resting place of all existence. And in the first verse of the Bhagavatam, that Absolute Truth is said to be Krishna. Although Lord Krishna exists in his own Dhamma or abode called Krishna Loka, he himself is the abode of all existence, as Arjuna confirms in the Bhagavad Gita, where he addresses Krishna as Param Dhamma, the supreme abode. The very name Krishna indicates the all-attractive person, and thus Lord Krishna, the source of all beauty and pleasure, is certainly the favorite thing or person, delight and pleasure. Ultimately, these terms can refer only to Krishna. Dhamma also refers to form or appearance, and as Indra offered these prayers, he was in fact directly seeing the form of Krishna before him. As clearly explained in the Vedic literatures, Lord Krishna's power, strength, majesty, splendor, and effulgence are all contained within his transcendental body, and thus attest to the infinite glories of the Lord. Srila Swami has brilliantly summarized all these meanings of the word Dhamma by giving the Sanskrit term Swarupa as synonym. The word Swarupa means one's own form or shape, and also one's own condition, character, or nature. Since Lord Krishna, being pure spirit, is non-different from his body, there is absolutely no difference between the Lord and his visible form. By contrast, in this material world, we conditioned souls are all distinctly different from all our bodies, whether those bodies be male, female, black, white, or whatever. All of us are eternal souls different from our temporary, flimsy bodies. When the word Swarupa is applied to us, it especially indicates our spiritual form, because our own form is in fact our own condition, character, or nature eternally. Thus, the liberated condition in which one's outward form is one's deepest spiritual nature is called Swarupa. Primarily, however, this term refers to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. This is all indicated in this verse by the words Tabadhama, as explained by Sridhar Swami. Srila Swami has explained that here the word Shantam means always in the same form. Shantam can also mean undisturbed, free from passion, or purified. According to Vedic philosophy, all change in this world is caused by the influence of passion and ignorance. The passionate mode is creative, and the ignorant mode is destructive, whereas the mode of goodness, sattva, is serene and sustaining. In many ways, this verse emphasizes that Lord Krishna is free from the modes of nature. The word Vishuddha Sattvam Shantam Dwasta Rajas Tamaskam Anguna Sampravaho Navidyate Te all indicate this. Unlike Krishna, we change form one body to another because of our involvement with the modes of nature. The various transformations of material forms are impelled by the modes of nature, which are themselves set in motion by the influence of time. Therefore, one who is free from the material modes of nature is changeless and eternally satisfied in blissful spiritual existence. Thus, the word Shantam indicates that the Lord is undisturbed by change since he is free from the material modes of nature. According to this verse, the powerful flow of the material modes of nature, namely passion, stupidity, and mundane piety, are based on agrahana, which Srila Swami has translated as ignorance. Since the Sanskrit root grah means to take, accept, grasp, or comprehend, grahana means grasp exactly in the sense of to grasp an idea or fact. Therefore, agrahana here means one's failure to understand one's spiritual position, and this failure causes one to fall into the violent current of material existence. An additional meaning of the word agrahana is derived when it is divided into the compound agrahana. Agra means the first, top, or best, and hana means killing. The best part of our existence is the pure soul, which is eternal, in, in contradistinction to the temporary material body and mind. Thus, one who chooses material existence over Krishna consciousness is in fact killing the best part of himself, the soul, which in its pure state can enjoy Krishna consciousness unlimitedly. Srila Swami has translated tapomayam as full of knowledge. The word tapas generally indicates austerity. It's derived from the Sanskrit verb tap, whose meaning can be summarized as indicating the various functions of the sun. Tap means to burn, to shine, to heat, and so on. The Supreme Lord is eternally perfect, and therefore here, Tapomayam does not indicate that his transcendental body is meant for austerities, since austerities are performed by conditioned souls to purify themselves or to acquire a particular power. An omnipotent, perfect being neither purify himself nor acquire power. He is eternally pure and all powerful. Therefore, Sridhar Swami has intelligently understood that in this case the word tapas refers to the illuminating function of the sun and thus indicate that the Lord's self-effulgent body is omniscient. Light is a common symbol of knowledge. The Lord's spiritual effulgence does not merely illuminate physically, as in the case of a candle or light bulb. More importantly, the Lord's body illuminates our consciousness with perfect knowledge because the Lord's effulgence is itself perfect knowledge. We offer our respectful obeisances at the lotus feet of Srila Sridhar Swami and thank him for his enlightening comments on this verse. Om Agyana Timirandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chakshurumilitamina Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. I was born darkest of ignorance, and my spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada, open my eyes with the torchlight of knowledge. I offer my humble respectful obeisance unto him. Hare Krishna. Thank you, all of you, to come. Hare Krishna. Yes, more personal to have, devotees here in the class that just through only through the medium of internet. And thank you those who are viewing the class also. These are the prayer of King Indra. He is glorifying Krishna, saying that Krishna's form is eternal and blissful and full of goodness and never change, always the same. I mean, Krishna never had to do any austerities to become God. At the age of 3 months, he killed the demon Putana. He didn't have to do austerities to be meditation to become God. He always God. He never was not God. The impersonalists, they say that we are God, but we forgot that we are God. That's what they say. But if ignorance can make God to forget he's God, that means ignorance is more powerful than God. It's a contradiction. It's a complete contradiction. And Prabhupada challenged those who say, I am avatar, I am God. He challenged, say, you are not God, you're a dog. Because you put the words God in reverse, becomes dog. So, anyway, there have been few so-called avatars in India. They claim to be, God, to be Bhagavan, isn't? But we don't accept because it has to be in the Shastra, mentioned their name. For example, Lord Buddha name, parents' name, place of birth, everything was mentioned in the Bhagavatam 5,000 years ago, much more before he appeared. The same thing with Krishna, with the same thing with other avatars. So we accept the Shastra, not what people's sentiment. If they have something sentimental that if somebody shows some little power, he's Bhagavan. If he can make a little miracle, something, he's Bhagavan. Isn't it? That's very, we can't, by vote, by vox populi, elect somebody as an avatar. Doesn't work that way. That's all people's sentiment, not based on the Shastra. So that's why Lord Indra is explaining the reality of Krishna, the reality, the supreme reality, the eternal, blissful, beautiful Lord who was in front of him and he offended him. So he was asking forgiveness by offering prayers, glorifying the Lord. Because at certain point, Indra was confused. He thought Krishna to be just a boy who stopped his Indra Yagya. This talkative boy stopped my Yagya. So this Brijavasi have to suffer for listening to him. He's a devotee, but he forgot because of pride that he is powerful Indra. All devotees have some powers, of course, given by Krishna himself. They are not independent. It's like a king and his ministers, They have different departments to manage, but they have to give account to the king. He's the supreme amongst them. So in the same way, in the universal affairs, Krishna distributes responsibility to different devatas. And these devatas, they change every day of Brahma. It is explained by Srila Rupa Goswami in his Brihad Bhagavatamrita, Laghu Bhagavatamrita, Laghu Bhagavatamrita, that there are two types of destruction in this universe: partial and total. A partial destruction happened at the end of the day of Brahma. One day of Brahma, which means 12 hours, is 1,000 times 4 yugas. 4 yugas last 4,320,000 years. Multiply this by 1,000 is 12 hours of Brahma. So at the end of the day of Brahma, there is a partial devastation of the universe. There is a universal flood, and all the planets are covered in water. From the Garbhodaka ocean, the water grows worse, reach to heavenly planets. Some planet the water doesn't reach, like Tapaloka, Janaloka, Maharloka, Satyaloka. Water doesn't reach there. So 3/4 of the universe are covered. So it explained the Shastra that many sages and demigods, they take another airplanes to escape the flood. Uh, like we see when there is flood in this planet, people, they are taken by helicopter, to save them from the roof of their house. Isn't you've seen that, no? It happened in Texas not so long ago. Some people died in the flood. So what happens to all living entity who die in this flood, universal flood? They enter the body of Garbhodakashayi Vishnu until the next day, when the water, after 12 hours night of Brahma, the waters go down, and he has to create again. He has service every day, Brahma. And the souls who are in the body of Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, they again take the same body they had before. Birds, beasts, according to Padma Purana, there are 8,400,000 species of life in all the universe. There are 900,000 species of aquatics, 2 million varieties of plants and trees, 1,100,000 varieties of insects and reptiles, 1 million varieties of insects, 3 million varieties of beasts, and 400,000 varieties of human-like. All over the universe, not only this planet, all over the universe. And the souls are, according to their karma, to their desire, they are changing bodies, this planet, the other planet. Sometimes they're king, sometimes they're pauper. And they forget. Next life they forget. No? Many years ago, I was flying here in the US, going to some temple, and they showed a movie. I don't remember the name, but was about a human being who reincarnated in a dog's body. But he could remember that he was human. Prabhupada said, if that really could happen, it would be horrible, no? I was human now, I'm horrible dog, But they think it is okay, not bad thing. I mean, who do you remember who has an animal body and was human, but he could remember he was devotee? Who?
Bharat.
Bharat Maharaj, not Jada Bharat. Bharat Maharaj. Jada Bharat became after. So Bharat Maharaj, and that was Krishna's mercy, because he was a great devotee. So in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says Yam yam bapis baram bhavam tyajate ante kalevaram tam tam evaiti kaunti. So that bhava bhavita, according to our state of mind at the time of death, that surely will take us to the next path. So what we are doing now, chanting Hare Krishna, reading Srimad Bhagavatam, doing puja, doing arti, doing seva, like that, is to purify the mind, to cleanse the mind. The other day, a disciple asked me the question, we have the same mind in different bodies, it's the same mind. The mind is not destroyed when the body, physical body is destroyed. Although the mind is also material, but a subtle, in a very subtle way, you know. And what are the symptoms of the mind? Thinking, feeling, willing. When these three activities are directed to our sense gratification, material enjoyment, the soul becomes entangled in the karma. And when these three things, thinking, feeling, willing, are directed toward the Lord's service, bhakti yoga, then it is the path of liberation for the soul. That opens up the path of liberation. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur said, we should not think that a devotee, although new devotee or just in practicing, he's in the samsara. He's not in the samsara anymore. It's like a mango. Mango may be green on the tree, but doesn't mean always has to be green. One day will become ripe, isn't it? So in the same way, all devotees have their liberation assured. That's the beauty of bhakti yoga. There are two things, karma, anadi karma phale. It's a beginningless karma, because happened before creation. And how happened before creation? Prabhupada explained, when the soul in eternity desired to enjoy separately from Krishna, in a subtle way, the karma started. In a subtle way. So karma has no beginning, because we don't know, there's no time to register when beyond the material world. But the karma can come to an end. How? Karmani nirdahati kintu cha bhakti bhajam. Brahma Samhita explained, by practicing bhakti, gradually all karma will be annihilated. I hear the story. One devotee was he's helping devotees touring Vrindavan. You know, he's a guide, different holy places visiting like that. No, and they went to the Yamuna, taking bath in the Yamuna. He also entered Yamuna with them. They were happily, you know, doing that service. And he asked them, do you know the difference between taking bath in the Ganges and taking bath in the Yamuna? They say, well, both are purifying, but Yamuna is more purified. When Ganges becomes 100 times more purified, become Yamuna. That's what the Shastra said. He said, yes, that's correct. But there is one more thing. When you take bath in the Ganga river, you get free from all your bad karma. But when you take bath in the Yamuna, you get free from your bad karma and also your good karma. And some devotees start walking out of the river. We don't want bad karma, we want only the good karma, is it? But bad and good karma are bad. Because good karma means you have to take another birth to enjoy good birth, good family, nice looking, intelligent, you know, all these things. Good position in society, rich, beautiful, you know, and whatever. But it means you have to take another birth. So good karma is also bad karma. Previously, criminals, they will put chains on them, and chains, and there's a ball like that they have to carry in the 2030, 1920. I've seen pictures of that. So imagine a very rich man goes to jail, and he, instead of carrying uh, iron chains, he carry golden chains. So he's proud of it. You are iron chains, I have golden chains. What is the use of golden chains in the prison? You have to get out. Prabhupada tell the story. Some people passing in front of the prison, and they see people inside the prison breaking the stones, the bricks, the brick, and those who are inside, they tell those who are outside, "You lazy fellow, come here, help us." The idea is to get out of jail, not to remain breaking the stones inside the jail. So this is the illusion of this world. Huh? Sometimes they accuse the devotee of being escapist. They want to escape. Is it? Yes, we want to escape the repeated birth and death. That is a good thing to do, isn't it? So that means intelligent. Because to know things as they are, that means intelligence. And things as they are explained in the Shastra, Srimad Bhagavatam, that we are under the three modes of material nature: ignorance, passion, and goodness. And there is mixing of these three modes. And because of these three modes, we are under the illusion that we are the bodies and that we can enjoy the body, be happy. That's the illusion. No? To get out of this illusion, we need to have real knowledge. Because one important thing in Krishna consciousness is that we can't do things artificial. Maybe somebody can do it for some time, but can't do it all the time, isn't it? Prabhupada said, you can put a fox on the throne as a king, or you can put a dog on the throne as a king. But if you throw his shoes, the dog will follow the shoe. Is it? So, in the same way, Krishna consciousness is a natural state of mind, of the soul, awakening. You awake. Sometimes you try to awake your children to go to school, and sometimes they are really awake, but they fake they are sleeping. Is it? Because they don't want to go. You have experience of that. So that's what's happening with the conditioned souls. Even after hearing about the philosophy of Krishna consciousness, they still want to play they are sleeping, because if you're really awake, you're awake. And the thing is, once you awake, don't go back to ignorance again. Remain awake, So Krishna's reality is eternally blissful, happy, supremely enjoying, his eternal life with his dear devotees, Radharani. Why Krishna should not be attracted by Radharani? Why Radharani should not be attracted by Krishna? In this material world, men, female, they're attracted to each other. So where is this coming from? It's coming originally from God, from Krishna. But here is temporary. It's not going to last forever. But in Krishna, it is forever. And that's the beauty, that's the difference. And Krishna, he doesn't like to enjoy alone. He wants to invite everyone. Why are you suffering miserably in this material world? Come to me, you will be eternally happy. Krishna is offering something to us. And only he wants our love. And how we show our love? Prabhupada said, even the poorest man can offer Krishna Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam Yoga Bhakta Prayati. A glass of water, a flower, a fruit, anybody can offer. Just to show some love. So Krishna is hungry after our love. Why? Because he's unlimitedly enjoying. And the more increase the enjoyment, the more he's, and he's one, Ekoshyam Bahu, no, he became many. Although he's one, he became many. Meaning, we are not God, but we are a small part of him. Minute part. There are two types of expansion of Krishna, Swamsa and Bibhinamsha. Swamsa is God himself, Vishnu Tattva, avatar. And Bibhinamsha, a small part, separate part. Separate part means we have our own existence and we have little independence. When we misuse this independence, we come to the material world. Then we learn, we're trying to learn that we made a bad choice by coming. Now, sometime, there is offer, what they call it Black Friday. Black Friday. Things are cheap, they buy. But sometimes they put no devolution. So you may buy a shirt, $1, but no devolution. When you open the pack, has a hole in it. You're not gonna throw it away. You just try to fix it and use it, So the same way, having material body is a bad bargain, but we have to make good use of it. And this good of use of it is to try to have a balanced life. Balanced life means take care of your material need. Prabhupada especially said, take care of your health first. That's the priority. Because one devotee, she was neglecting her health to do more service. So Prabhupada said no. First thing, he put a sign on the temple board. First, take care of your health. Second, chant your rounds. Third, do your duty. If you have a job, if you have a family, you have also service to the temple, do your duty. And fourth, but not last, last but not least, read the books. Prabhupada put that on. So that's the priority for the world. Because if you don't have good health, you can't do much. You're not even chant properly, read. So it's important to take care of health. And according to Ayurveda, there are three main reasons for disease. And these are, first, anxiety. If you are full of anxiety, the body will get sick also. So first thing, try to have your mind peaceful. How you have your mind peaceful? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Ram Ram. The mind become quiet. Prabhupada said, have you seen India, this who play the music to enchant the cobras? Have you seen that? He said, the mind is like that, like a cobra. But when the mind is engaged in hearing the holy name, it's like a cobra without fangs. It may look fearful, but can't do any harm. Can't do harm because the fangs are taken out. In the same way, when we engage mind, senses in the service of Krishna, it's like taking the fangs out. No more poison is there. It may look fearful, but can't do much. So this is the secret, to peaceful mind. Do the right thing. You have clear consciousness. Many people have to take pills to be able to sleep. Why? Because they have done bad things. They have, worries in their mind. I've done this wrong, I've done that wrong. So they have difficulty even to sleep. But if the mind is calm because you're doing the right thing to your best capacity, following Shastra, Guru, Sadhu, then your mind is peaceful. And you can go sleep and get up early, chant Hare Krishna. Try your best to concentrate on the holy name. It takes practice, it takes practice. And then comes, anartha nivriti, unwanted habit, you should overcome. And then after anartha nivriti comes artha pravritti. Artha pravritti means to know your real benefit in life of the soul. As a spirit soul, we have spiritual needs, which is spiritual shelter, spiritual food, and spiritual satisfaction, pleasure. Why people are so much into sense gratification? Because the nature of the soul is to enjoy. Like one reporter asked Prabhupada, what is the goal of life? And he was surprised that Prabhupada said, the goal of life is to enjoy. But you don't know where the real enjoyment is. You're trying to be a false enjoyer of this world. That's not your real position. We are subordinate enjoyers. We can enjoy under Krishna's protection, under Krishna's shelter. Then we can enjoy spiritual life, nicely, We have to develop ruchi, taste. But ruchi comes after nishta. Nishta means we are convinced that there is nothing better in life than Krishna consciousness. That the best thing that happened in our life is that we became Krishna conscious. That's the best thing that happened in our life. We have to be convinced of that. Because no matter how much money, power, beauty, commodities one have, the soul can't be happy with no amount of material things. The soul to be happy needs the spiritual satisfaction. And that comes from loving, serving Krishna. That's the reality. That's the truth. And Indra is realizing this. And he's glorifying Krishna. He wants to get out of the illusion of ignorance, believing himself powerful Devata. He is powerful Devata, but not more powerful than Krishna. So he submit to Krishna. He bowed down to Krishna. He asked forgiveness. So that is intelligent. Prabhupada said, to make mistake is normal. But to learn from your mistakes, to accept that you made mistake, that is great. He quoted the example of Alexander the Great, the conqueror. You hear it, no? The Greek conqueror. Once they caught a thief in his camp. This thief was stealing. So the chastisement was to chop off the hand. So the thief asked, can I say something? Are you going to deny? No, I'm not denying. It is true. I was stealing. I don't deny. But I am your small brother. You are my big brother. You also plunder and steal on big scale, big cities, big countries. And I'm a small thief. So from a small brother to the big brother, please forgive me, let me go. And Alexander didn't say, oh, he's offending me, hang him. No, he said, he's saying the truth, let him go. That is greatness. You acknowledge your mistake, that's greatness. And he was sick, he's gonna die, Alexander the Great. And he asked how he wanted to be buried. He said, I want the best doctor carry my coffin. And the coffin should be uncovered. And my two arms outside the coffin. And all the way to the grave, you shall put all the jewels, all the gold, all the money I got conquering, you should throw it all over there. People do not understand why he's asking this. But the minister, his minister, very intelligent, is teaching us, you may have the best doctors, still you have to die. Huh? Time and tide wait for no man. Everybody who's born have to die. Everybody who die has to be reborn. That's what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. So what is, no surprise? No surprise. Nothing to lament over something unavoidable. We just accept the fact that this is the reality of life. The thing is, when somebody is devotee of the Lord, he has a bright future. Krishna is taking care of that soul. He will give him better opportunity next life to continue his devotional service. His path to liberation is already open. Is it assured? It's just a question of time. So the karma can come to an end, although has no beginning. And bhakti that has beginning, has no end. Once you start bhakti, no end. Forever you practice bhakti. Like I explained the other day, when devotee reach the perfection, prema, Krishna prema, they are born in another universe where Krishna is appearing, performing his pastime, and they are trained by the Nitya Siddha devotees how to love Sri Krishna. And from there, Krishna takes them to Golok, or everyone. They already know who's the person, part of Krishna's family. You can't just arrive in Golok like this. Who is this? What is his name? What is it? We don't know. No.
Goku, he went through Vaikuntha.
Gopakumar is a different story. You know the story of Gopakumar? It's in Brihad Bhagavatamrita by Sanatana Goswami. Beautiful, beautiful pastime. Would like me to tell the story?
Yes,
okay. Gopakumar, he was born in Govardhan, in Vrindavan. And he had a wonderful guru, who instructed him. He gave him the Gopal mantra to meditate on Krishna. And to make long story short, he went to heavenly planets, he went to Indralok, he became Indra, then he went to Brahmalok, and from Brahmalok he went to Vaikuntha. And when he arrived in Vaikuntha, the Vaikuntha Vasis, they told him, you are dressed like a coward boy, but we offer you better dress here, Vaikuntha dress. He said, no, I'm attached to this Gopa dress, Gopa Vesh. Okay, no problem. We are gonna present you in front of Lord Narayan, the Lord of Vaikuntha. You must put your hand together and offer beautiful prayers for his pleasure. Understood? Yes, of course. So they took him in front of Narayan. Narayan was being worshipped with big arti, everybody singing in ecstasy, great opulence, great majesty, And Gopakumar came there in front of Narayan and they offered prayers. But what Gopakumar did, he jumped on the lap of Narayan, started kissing his cheeks. Everybody was bewildered. This is the first time something like this happened in Vaikuntha. Even Narayan became bashful, Okay. They tried to control him, because his love is spontaneous. It's not under, majesty and, awe and reverence. No, that's the mood of Vrindavan, spontaneous love. Anyway, so to please Gopakumar, sometime Narayan transformed himself into a Krishna and start playing the flute and go with his friend. Also became coward boys and they go out in the forest and Gopakumar will go with them. He was very happy. But then become a Narayan again, become the big throne and big opulence, and so he was not so happy. sometime. Narad Muni visited Vaikuntha and saw the situation, and he called Gopakumar and said, "This is the first time I see somebody in Vaikuntha unsatisfied. Your place is not here. You must go to Goloka. But on the way to Goloka, you must stop in Ayodhya. There is a planet where Lord Ramachandra is there, Vaikuntha planet. Stop there for some time. No? You will meet Hanuman and you will be happy there." All right. So Narad Muni showed him the way, the shortcut, how to go. Like that. So he arrived in Ayodhya. Hanuman greeted him. Hanuman hugged him and jumped in the air with him. Welcome to Ayodhya, Gopakumar. And he took him to Ramchandra. Ramachandra made him sit next to him and eat together and laugh and tell stories together. So he was happy. I like this, no? But after some time, he was missing Krishna. He's a devotee of Krishna. So Ramchandra told Hanuman, he's a devotee of Krishna. Please show him the way to Golok. So he arrived in Golok. When he arrived in Golok, he saw many people running here and there in great enthusiasm. And he asked them, "Where are you going?" "Oh, Krishna's coming back from the forest with his cows and friends. We are running to see him. Come with us." And he started running with them, you know. So then from far away, you can see a cloud of dust made by the cows, you know, and could not see visibly Krishna. But he was there eager, you know. And as soon as he saw little Krishna, he started running toward him. And when Krishna saw him, he started running toward him too. And both hugged each other, fell on the ground, rolling on the ground. Balaram came running. All Krishna's friends, and who's this newcomer met Krishna? So ecstatic like this. And they instruct Gopakumar, clean the dhoti of Krishna from the dust, you know. So he was doing that. And Krishna said, "My dear friend, I missed you so much. Finally, you came to me. I know you suffered a lot because of me in the material world. People mistreated you because being devotee, and you tolerated all this just to please me. So I'm so happy that you're back. Please come with me to my home." And he sat along with Krishna. Krishna will feed him with his own hand. So much love, perfection. So Krishna is missing all of us. He wants us with him. So we should try to please Krishna. No? Hare Krishna. All right. Do we have any comment, questions? Can you check if in the group, in the yeah, if there is any question, please ask. No?
Sure.
Okay. Please do.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, thank you so much for the wonderful class. So the story of Gopakumar, is this like a hypothetical story or this is a true story?
Well, Sanatana Goswami described it as a true story. At the same time, look hypothetical. I mean, for us, it looks like hypothetical. But this, when great devotee like Sanatana Goswami say something like this, it has most probably it did happen in another universe, another dimension. Yeah. So it is also teaching us the nature of true bhakti. That sometimes bhakti may give you material facilities, but you should not be allured by these material facilities given by bhakti, by practicing bhakti. You should aspire for something greater, higher, no? Which is love for Krishna. So yes, the story is true. No doubt.
I was thinking along the line of Puranjan, King Puranjan.
No. King Puranjan Anjana has to teach King Prajnabarishad that his own position. No? But there is no mention anything like it is made up story to preach to somebody, no. Sanatana Goswami is describing story as real, as it is. So it did happen in some another, uh, situation, another dimension.
So Maharaj, on the same question, I heard that Gopakumar went with a material body to the Goloka. Is that a truth?
Nobody can enter Goloka with material body. Material body can't go even through Brahma Jyoti, become blind. Krishna had to touch the eyes of Arjuna when going to Brahma Jyoti to go to Mahavishnu Lord to protect his eyes from burning. So no question of material body is going to Goloka. If the material body go, become spiritualized. Krishna give the spiritual body. That is called Swarupa. Swarupa means your eternal form.
Question from Varanasi.
Yes.
Maharaj, can you ask? You can unmute and ask Maharaj.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
What's the question? Can we
Hare
put the
Krishna.
mic so I can hear it from here?
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
You can ask the person to put on his mic so can, and yes, very good.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna, Madhumai.
Please accept my humble obeisances, Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
Maharaj,
Yes.
actually in news, in many news I'm seeing these days, the cows are tortured like anything to give milk. So after seeing this news, I stopped buying milk. But then I'm wondering like how to offer milk to our deities.
Buying milk to offer to the deities. So what is the
She
question?
was saying she heard in the news that cows are killed after stopping to produce milk. So,
Yeah, that is true, correct.
Yes, that's why Maharaj, I stopped buying milk. Then I'm thinking like how to offer milk to our deities.
Yeah,
The evening time we usually offer milk to our deities, but these days I have stopped offering milk.
I understand. I understand your question. It's a controversy in the ISKCON among devotees. I myself only take ahimsa milk from happy cows who are not going to be slaughtered. That's my personal decision. Not everybody has to do this. I mean, Prabhupada did for emergency agree to offer, commercial milk to the deities. But he said our goal is to have farm, to have cows, and offer that milk to the deities. The deities should have their milk. So try to I mean, I will tell you one thing, may discourage somebody from also buying milk. The commercial milk has three things which are not healthy added to the milk. Not milk pure is very healthy, very good. But they put pesticide in the food they give the cow, pesticide. They give hormones to produce more milk. And they give antibiotics so they will not get sick. And not only that, they use machines to milk the cows. And the machines, they keep milking until blood comes from the cow. The machine can see what it is. So the dairy industry, they allow certain amount of blood in the milk. It's allowed, no? Because of the machines. No? So in Mexico, devotees buy milk from nearby farm. They have cows. They take the cows to graze. They milk by hand, at least less violent. No, the ideal is to have cows and like that. So I mean to say, deities have to be offered the milk. emergency situation, buy the best, less violent milk you can. Organic milk, whatever. You can. But you should know the ideal is to have protected cows. Gitanagari is selling milk, but very expensive. 1 gallon, $25. They send it to you, frozen, covered. Not only they sell ghee, they sell cheese, yogurt, even everything, but very expensive. So if you have enough money, you can buy from them.
Thank you, Maharaj. Maharaj, I have another question. So recently I read from Chaitanya Charitamrita Adilila that when one Brahmani, she touched Mahaprabhu's feet, Mahaprabhu just jumped into one river, because Mahaprabhu is mentioned in that purport I read that Srila Prabhupada is mentioned, we should not allow anyone to touch our feet. Only the spiritual master allows the disciples to touch their feet. So can you please describe a little bit, Maharaj, that?
Prabhupada said when he goes to India, we have a big program. Many people want to come and touch the feet because they respect the sadhu, holy person, out of respect. But Prabhupada said that is good for them, but not good for me. He said disciple can touch because they follow four regulative principles. They're not accumulating bad karma. But those who are not following the four principles, they do sinful activity. If they touch feet, they pass some bad karma. So those who are not devotee better not. That's why when I go temple, I put socks on. Anyway.
Thank you, Maharaj. That's a good idea to put socks so they cannot touch it directly.
I'm joking. I like to joke sometimes. Anyway. All right.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Yes.
Maharaj, I was just
Hari Narayan.
yes, Maharaj.
Yes, Prabhu.
Maharaj, so is it possible that one gets too attached to the Vaidhi sadhana bhakti process, like chanting and Srimad Bhagavatam, that one is very satisfied with that and one is not interested in going back home to Goloka Vaikuntha? Is that possible? Is there any cases like that in the Shastras?
That depends on the spiritual advancement. Somebody who's really practicing bhakti, he's free from material desires and he's free from the desire to be liberated from the material world. He just wants to serve Krishna wherever he is. That's why in the prayer of Lord Chaitanya, Yikshastaka, he prayed, Mama Jammani Jammanishware Bhavatat Bhakti Rahaitu Krito. Life after life, I want to be your servant. He doesn't want even liberation. No. He said, Nadanam na janam na sundarim kavitamba jagadisha kama. Mama Jammani Jammanishware Bhavatat Bhakti Rahaitu Krito. I don't want many followers, a lot of money, and beautiful ladies. Then what you want? You want liberation? No, I want to serve you life after life. Why he say like that? Because he's already liberated. Liberation doesn't mean going to spiritual world. Liberation means you are free from material desire, and you are only want to love and serve Krishna. That is real liberation. It does not mean transferring yourself to the spiritual world. You are already in the spiritual world if your consciousness is Krishna consciousness. So, I hope that answered your question.
Yes, Maharaj. And I had one more question. So you mentioned there are three ways, Ayurveda mentions about like getting disease. One is anxiety.
Yes.
You mentioned about anxiety, but I didn't hear like the other two from you. I thought
Thank you for
just
listening attentively. I was waiting to see if somebody, I forgot something, they remind. See, the other two things that Ayurveda mentioned can cause disease is lack of cleanliness, one thing, and overeating.
Mhm.
Overeating can make you sick. I have seen devotees eat so much, they bow down, they remain there, they can't get up. They have a stomach ache. So, in the name of prasad, we should not overeat.
Mhm.
And should also keep clean. Clean outside means taking bath every day, putting clean garment. And inside cleaning, always chant the holy name, always remember Krishna. That will keep you clean from the inside.
Well, thank you, Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
Hare. Yes.
We all believe and say that Krishna will take care of us. But when difficult time comes, be it our job, be it kids, be it family or anything,
Yeah.
how do we, I think we all shake there, like, okay, yes, but why so much difficulty? How should we take it and like please guide us like how we stay grounded during that time?
Actually, devotees should welcome difficulties. Like Queen Kunti, she was praying to Krishna, I want more difficulties. Nobody pray for difficulty. We want freedom from difficulties. But Queen Kunti was praying more difficulties. Why? Because she said, when 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 we were in a lot of difficulties, Krishna, you always were protecting us, always with us. Now we are nicely settled, you're going to do it. So better have all the difficulties, but always see your lotus feet. Because seeing your lotus feet means we don't see repeated birth and death. She prayed like that. So, meaning the difficulty are there to help us remember this material world is not our real home. We are in a foreign land. This is not our home. Our real home is with Krishna. The difficulty is to remind us that this material world is full of problems. We should not expect an easygoing life, everything always okay. No, that's an illusion. But one has to tolerate. Difficult come, tolerate, pray to Krishna, don't forget Krishna. Try your best and accept, yeah, whatever may come will come. Just let me not to forget Krishna. In the Second World War, many pious ladies in Germany went to church to pray to God that the husband may come safe from the war. A war, many people died. So many of those men died, and the lady became atheist. Oh, God didn't hear our prayer. We prayed so much every day for our husband, and husband died anyway in the war. So no God, became atheist. God is not our servant that He has to do what we need. We are His servant. Difficulty should come, will come, we like it or not. What we shall do, we shall tolerate. This is the nature of this world. The important thing is not to forget Krishna. Not to forget that this material world is meant for suffering. It's not meant for enjoyment. It's an illusion. But we should do our duty. We should, take care of the family, of job, all these things we have to take care. We don't deny. But at the same time, we should always remember Krishna is the real proprietor, the real enjoyer. I'm only the servant. So I'm working to keep Krishna's house, in good condition. These are Krishna's children. I have to take care of Krishna's children, family. Then if you connect everything to Krishna, then it becomes easier. Easy to carry on. It's a question of change of mind. See things differently.
Like, Maharaj, we always think that yes, whatever is happening for good, yes, Krishna will take care of it. Like when situation comes like that, okay, now what to do? If we do this, we can't do this. It's always like
What means Krishna will take care of it? Krishna's not gonna come solve our small problems, domestic problem. Krishna is not, it's not, that is not his duty. His duty is to remind us what we are. He explained, to enlighten us. We need enlightenment, spiritual enlightenment. Because we become attached to family, house, children, money, job, then we forget what is the purpose of life, So we need to be reminded from time to time. That's why we have these meetings and so many devotees here. It's like home program, I'm happy to see all of you. I get encouragement.
One question, Maharaj. How do we know what is meant for us versus what we want versus what Krishna wants in material sense? Because suppose if I want to be a doctor, but it's not meant for me, or if I want to be an engineer, it's not meant for me.
Guna karma vibhagasha. Krishna said in the Bhagavad Gita, Chaturvanya maya shishtam guna karma vibhagasha. He created this four ashram according to the people's karma and nature, inclination to work. Why some people are what do you call garbage cleaners? They pass in the throng, you see people there. That's their nature. The three modes of nature attract you to do this or that, So according to your inclination and guna, qualities, and karma, work, you will be attracted to do some kind of work. But that is called swadharma, your temporary dharma. You become lawyer, doctor, engineer, whatever.
Sometimes I may feel like I don't know what I'm meant to, even in the Swadharma also.
Well, if you are good at something, do it. I mean, everybody has some ability. Krishna saying Bhagavad Gita, Purusham Nrishu, I'm ability in man. So everybody has some kind of ability. Use it in Krishna's service. If you don't know, make your astrological chart. It will tell you your inclination. I'm not astrologer. But there are good astrologers. I met one good astrologer in India many years ago, and he was amazing. That was in 1986. And I told him, I know the day I was born, but I don't know the hour, the time. He said, no problem. He asked me a few questions, made 3-4 charts, and he told me, you have 2 brothers, 2 sisters. Yes. Did you travel by boat at the age of 2? Yes. This is your chart. I was what? There are good ones, Prabhupada himself, his parents did the chart, And that's already foretold. This baby, when we come 70 years old, will cross the ocean, open 108 temples. With very good astrology. Lord Chaitanya was meant to astrologer. And Lord Chaitanya asked him, can you read my palm? And he took the hand of Lord Chaitanya and looked at it. He became bewildered. He saw that he's the Supreme Brahman, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And he started glorifying the Lord. And Lord Chaitanya smiled and said, no, you're confused. In my past life, I was a coward boy. And because I took nice care of the cows, now I was born in a Brahmin family. Yes, yes, you are a coward boy. I can see that in your palm. But you are Krishna himself. Like, they don't tell everyone. And this astrologer told me that in my past life I was a yogi, bhakti yogi. I was born near the Ganga, and I was doing tapasya, you know, everything. And I will give people Ganga Jal in bottles. They will give donation. I don't remember this, but something happened in Venezuela that proved it is true. Did I tell you this story? You wanna hear it?
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, in the 90s in Venezuela, a friend of mine, he was a famous musician in Venezuela, even now, he's a 2 Grammy, awards, big musician, very famous. He was interviewed on TV by one lady parapsychologist, means metaphysics and all. And she was interested in the philosophy and everything. So he called me to the temple. We're good friends. And he asked me if I can give this lady the book Science of Self-Realization. Yeah, he gave me her phone number. I contacted her. We made appointment. She was happy to receive the book. So I went with another devotee. So she has a big mansion. She had many students teaching them metaphysics and, whatever. So when I entered the house, there's a garden first, before entering there. There's a guard there, guarding. And a young couple were there. And they looked at us. We were dressed like devotees. And the girl kept staring at me. So the devotee asked me, "Do you know her?" I said, "No, I don't remember." Maybe she saw me on TV because in Venezuela I came many times on TV preaching. And so when we walking toward them to enter the house, the girl fainted. And she was trembling and talking. So they have to take her to another room. And her boyfriend shook hands with me, say, "I feel a very powerful energy coming from you. I think this happened because of you." I said, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to." He said, "No, no, things happen. We need to talk about this," he said. So I said, "Okay, let me give the book to the lady. We talk later." So I went to see the lady. We have nice talk, and I preached to her, gave her Mahaprasad and book, and gave her invitation to the temple. Very nice. When I came down, the girl was just recovering. So she was awake, but she was still, weak. So her boyfriend tell me, "Better we go to your temple, to have conversation about what happened." I gave him the card, the phone number. After a few days, they both came. And the girl said that when I saw you entering the house, I had what you call deja vu. You know what deja vu means? That you know this person, but you don't know from where. You never seen the person, but as soon as the place or a person is like, poof, something happened there. I don't know how. And that feeling became stronger while I was approaching them. And that's why she lost consciousness. And she told me when she was unconscious, she saw herself in front of a big temple, close to a river, big river. And I came there dressed in orange with long hair, long beard, different face, but she knew I was the same person. And I was like a spiritual mentor to her. I was like spiritual counselor to her. So she was confused. She said, "This is the first time I have this kind of experience. I'm confused. I don't understand why this happened to me." And I told her, look, you just confirmed to me what my astrologer told me many years ago about my past life, that I was a yogi in past life, and, like that. So I told her that God, Krishna wants to remind you that you also must renew your spiritual life. You must, again, try to be Krishna conscious. I preached to them, both of them. They bought the books and start coming to the temple. So, like that. So, it was proven. Yes.
Maharaj, you were trying to remember Krishna devotee story. You went to Goloka and then we talk about Gopal Kumar.
Yes.
Do you remember that story?
Which story? Gopal Kumar story?
No, before that you were trying to remember Krishna devotee.
Saying we cannot go directly to Krishna, but we have to bond
Yes.
Krishna. I think that's
Oh, okay.
gopis.
Yeah, yes. There are three types of gopis. The Nitya Siddha gopis, who are eternally with Krishna, never come to the material world. They are the Munichari gopis, are the sages of the Dandakaranya forest, where Lord Ramachandra was there. And they were worshipping Gopal. They were attracted to Madhurya Rasa. But when they saw Lord Ramachandra, they became attracted to him. So he told them, I am Ekapatni Vrat. I only accept one wife. But Krishna is more broader. I bless you. In your next life, you become gopis. So they were born in Gokula when Krishna came 5,000 years ago, and they became gopis. Another type of gopis is Shrutidhari gopis, the Vedas personified. They also worshipped Krishna and Madhurya Rasa, and they became gopis in their next life. So that is possible. Prabhupada was asked once, what about if a devotee hasn't reached perfection yet, but is attracted to one rasa, particular rasa? There are Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya, Madhurya, and is attracted to one of these rasas. Is it an illusion or? Prabhupada, no. Could be indication that that could be his eternal rasa. He should cultivate. When you hear Krishna Lila, Krishna pastime, you read, you hear, you may feel attracted at certain point, naturally, not artificially. The first devotees who went to Vrindavan, they went to Radha Kund and Sam Babaji called them, come. I will tell you who are you in the spiritual world. And one day, one devotee entered the room of his friend, the Brahmachari, and the Brahmachari was flapping his arms like this. What you're doing? Exercise? No. Babaji told me I'm a peacock in the spiritual world. I'm practicing. So it's not something to made up, like mental concoction. It has like a real feeling, internal feeling. All right, very good. Thank you, everyone. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki. Lord, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Maharaj, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.